Christian, how did you guys take things to another level on both ends of the floor in overtime?
I think, like you said, fourth quarter and overtime we were good defensively, and Jamal I think was really really good. And when he's playing that hard on defense and everybody's flying around, Mike hit a ton of big shots tonight. I think that that's really good for us. So we were good in the fourth quarter and overtime, but we got to continue to get better. I think there's a lot of room for improvement.
You've talked about how you want to be the one to set the tone from a physicality standpoint. How did you do that tonight?
I thought I was okay. I thought I was just okay. I think I was good in the fourth quarter though, in overtime, and that's when it matters. So we played well enough to keep it close. Those guys kept us in the game, and I think I played well in the fourth and overtime. But I think I was just okay physicality-wise, but I think the team's mentality today was good.
You mentioned Jamal. How does his poise and production feed? How does that allow you guys to feed off of him?
It's just who he is. Like, he takes his game to another level, it seems like. Always rises to the occasion, whatever occasion it is. And like I said, it was great. We know he's going to hit shots. We know he's going to make good plays on offense, but he was so good defensively tonight, just in the fourth quarter. He was really good defensively when we needed him in the fourth quarter, and I think that when he's doing that, the guys kind of rally behind that.
To be your standard.
Is it for you guys to take a 2-1 series lead in this one?
It's obviously big. Every game you win in the playoffs is really big, but we got punched in the mouth, and we just wanted to get back on the court. But I feel like we've been in this spot, with a one-game lead, and we kind of came into the game knowing that we needed to get the next one. I feel like, honestly, if you lose the next game, it doesn't really mean much. So we need to string 2 in a row, and then we'll figure it out from there.
To be your standard, maybe hide for yourself defensively, but what to say when y'all hold SGA to 18 points?
It's a team thing. I think that everybody was good behind me. I think that everybody did a really good job flying around. Like I said, Jamal was good. But Jalen had it going tonight too. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to learn. We're going to get better as the series goes on. But I think that, like I said, in the fourth quarter and overtime, I was good on him. But there's a lot of guys doing a lot of things behind me that allows me to do, what I was doing. So we understand he's going to be aggressive in the next game. He's one of the best players in the world, so we got to be ready.
Can you explain how Jamal makes that shot where his back's to the basket and he just kind of throws it up over his head?
Well, if you try it enough, you might airball one over the rim, and you might get lucky. But no, it seems like he makes those all the time. He makes them in obviously the regular season, a ton of games, but he makes a ton of those pretty regularly, and I think his percentage on those shots is pretty high. So obviously the bubble one was pretty cool, and he's just an extremely talented player. And like I said, he just rises to the occasion. Tonight he did it on both ends, and when he's doing that, we're a tough team to beat.
You touched on it a little bit already, but Michael doing what he did tonight with just one arm still just continues to impress.
Yeah, his toughness, and that's just who he is. Me and him talked. We both got to be better before the game, and he was great. He hit a ton of tough shots. It's a big one to get overtime started, and that's just who he is. Like I said, he's going to hit big shots. When he's engaged on the defensive end, it takes his game to another level, and I think he was tonight. So he's great for us, and like I said, that's just who he is. He hits big shots. He doesn't see contests, and he's a really, really, really big part of our team. And obviously his toughness with one arm or whatever you call it, he's been great.
Christian, you guys have been the far better teams in terms of execution in the 2 close games so far in the series. Was that a talking point at all, or maybe an edge you guys thought you had, knowing their still relative lack of inexperience, maybe in tight, close playoff games?
No, I know that we've been doing it a long time, and we kind of have a system that we've been pretty used to, and we've won championship using it, and been in a lot of close games, and we know exactly what we're getting to. But so do they. They've been in enough big games, and Shea's a good enough player where if you give him the ball, he figures it out. And obviously Jalen had it going tonight too. But no, it's not something we talked about. We have done a really good job, I think, down the stretch in the 2 close games that we have played. But we got to continue to be better. We will be. I think that Diaz done a really good job of putting us in positions, and obviously Jamal's, getting us to the right spots, and Yoke too. But we'll continue to get better. But we understand how good of a team they are, and we need to be better next game.
They scored 2 points in overtime. How would you describe the defense in OT?
It was good. I think that we were, shrinking behind, each other and flying around, and the ball was going where we wanted it to go. We were making it find guys that we wanted it to get to, and it's tough, man. They got scores everywhere. Caruso hit a ton big shots, in both games. But those guys are all hitting shots. It seems like right now, and they're a talented team, top to bottom. So it is tough, to do that. But I think tonight we had a good mixture of them missing shots and also, us forcing it to the right spots and making it just tough on them. And as long as we can make it tough on those guys, each shot and make them work for their looks, that's all you can ask for.
This is obviously one of the toughest offensive nights of Joker's career. What's to say that you guys can pull a win out this way when he doesn't have it going?
I think we've done it. Obviously, we're used to him playing pretty perfect, but we did it in Game 7, I thought, and maybe that gives us a little confidence, and guys are hitting big shots, but we know how he's going to play next game. We know how he plays night in, night out. I thought defensively tonight he was really, really good, and I mean that's big for us. When he's blocking shots at the rim, I thought he did a really good job getting his hand on the ball, tip outs, rebounds, and that's just who he is. But we know offensively he's probably the best offensive player ever. So we have no doubt that he's going to bounce back from that. But it is good to see us making enough plays to win a game, where he scores 16 or 18 or whatever he had.
What do you guys have to do Sunday to come out with another win?
Be urgent. I think we got to start better. We got to come out with some fight, get some rest, and just be ready, man. They're going to come out. Like I said, they're a great team. They're going to come out ready. They're going to come out with adjustments. They're going to come out with different things. Just be ready for the physicality, and just bring more urgency than we did in Game 2.
Thanks, CB.
Appreciate it.